welcome to another booktube video from me, Lauren, from Lauren and the Books. I hope you're all doing very, very well this Thursday. It's another book haul, 2 book hauls back to back. Library book haul last time. I'll link that down below if I remember. Will she remember? Click and see. And today is a book haul of books that I've received from the publishers. So I've got 7 books to showcase for you, plus a bookish something that isn't a book, which I'm really excited about. And actually, David is excited about it too, which has surprised me. More on that later. The first book, first Christmas book of the year, guys. Christmas books are on the way. And I got sent this, the Miraculous Sweetmakers, the Frost Fair, in this cute little Christmassy sweet bag with little lovely, lovely, lovely little snowflakes on it. All wrapped up beautifully in this ribbon. This is out... This is by Natasha Hastings and is out the 27th of October, which seems to be like, I haven't even undone this yet, so let's have a proper look at it. Oh, she says, not being able to undo it properly. Yeah, this is out in October, which seems to be when the Christmassy books comes out. That's going to be being worn near Christmas, let me tell you. It says, the Miraculous Sweetmakers, you are cordially invited to the Frost Fair. And this is a proof copy, so it hasn't got the illustrations in it, but it will be illustrated by Alex T. Smith as well. So I've got the press release here because there's nothing on there. Apart from it says, when faced with danger, the greatest magic is friendship. So let's have a look and see what it says. Published by HarperCollins. It's a cold winter during the Great Frost of 1683. I've read a Christmas poem about the Great Frost of 1683. Thomasina and Anne are the best of friends. One runs her father's sweet shop while the other is an apprentice at the family apothecary, and together they sell their goods on the frozen River Thames. When a family tragedy turns Thomasina's world upside down, she is drawn to a mysterious conjurer and an enchanted frost fair. But soon the world of Father Winter threatens to claim everything she holds dear. Will she be able to solve the magical mysteries that surround them? Bloody hell, that sounds like something I would have absolutely loved. And the finished copy of this, I mean, this is beautiful already. It's got a polar bear and a horse and some tents and gorgeous. But the finished copy looks absolutely amazing. So potentially a really great gift if you know someone who likes it. And it sounds like it's a winter read as well, which is something else that I love. If you get a wintry book for Christmas, doesn't mean you're sort of restricted by the Christmas period to get it read. So there we go, first book, Christmassy. Then I've got Maps of Our Spectacular Bodies by Maddie Mortimer. This was the winner of the Desmond Elliott Prize. It says, something gleeful and malevolent is moving in Leah's body, learning her life from inside out. A shapeshifter, a disaster tourist. It's travelling down the banks of her canals. It's spreading. When a sudden diagnosis upends Leah's world, the boundaries between her past and her present begin to collapse. Deeply buried secrets stir awake. As the voice prowling in Leah takes hold of her story, and the landscape around becomes indistinguishable from the one within, Leah and her family are faced with some of the hardest questions of all. How can we move on from the events that have shaped us when our bodies harbour everything? And what does it mean to die with grace when you're simply not ready to let go? This is a story of coming of age and the end of life. It does sound utterly heartbreaking and yet darkly funny. Maddie Mortimer's astonishing debut is a symphonic journey through one woman's body. A wild and lyrical celebration of desire, forgiveness, and the darkness within us all. Bloody hell, sounds amazing, doesn't it? Lovely colour on it as well. Really, really lovely. Then I've got A Restless Truth by Freya Marks. This is historical fiction. This is out on the 10th of November this year. It says, a shocking murder, a scandalous magician, a ship-bound mystery. Maud Blythe. So somebody, I'm sure, who's published this? Tor. Why did I want this? I think it's because it was like Agatha Christie-esque, maybe. Maud Blythe has always longed for adventure, so when her beloved older brother asked for her help unravelling a magical conspiracy, she's more than ready to join the cause. Posing as an elderly lady's companion on a transatlantic ocean liner, that's another reason I wanted to read it, Maud gladly sets forth into the unknown. Into the unknown! However, she didn't expect the unknown to involve a dead body, a disrespectful parrot, and the dangerously outrageous Violet Debenham. Violet is everything Maud was trained to distrust, yet can't help but desire, a magician, an actress, and a magnet for scandal. God, this sounds bloody brilliant. Surrounded by sea and a ship full of suspects, Maud and Violet must learn to trust one another. Only then they might locate a magical object worth killing for and unmask a murderer, all without becoming dead in the water themselves. Bloody hell, that sounds brilliant, and I love this. I mean, this is a proof copy, and I love that front cover. 2 women having a little whisper. Oh, this is a sequel to A Marvellous Light. That sounds like I could give it a go anyway, though. I am going to give it a go anyway. Now this one I'm very excited about. This is from Picador. Becky by Sarah May. There's a quote on the front that says, "When it comes to my past, I enjoy being flexible with the truth." The reason I wanted this, it says it's Succession. David and I were obsessed with Succession, the TV programme earlier this year, meets Vanity Fair. And that's all the information that is on the front cover. Inside, oh bloody hell, this sounds so good. Becky Sharp is on her way to the top, one scandal at a time. Only some of the information on my CV, currently in the hands of Jemima Pinkerton, the woman interviewing me, is true. Chilston House School she sniffs, not feathers, but still good. House is pronounced hearse, something I've been practicing. Feathers is pronounced feathers, and is short for Featherston Hall. These things have been carefully researched because, although I'm familiar with Chilston House, I never went to school there. It's where my mother worked as a cleaner. This is stuck. It's peak 90s tabloid era London. Shoulder pads are out, crimped hair is in, supermodels are known by their first name, and Becky Sharp will do anything to escape her past. From mingling with tabloid millionaires and trading favours and fortunes with royalty, she will stop at nothing to reach the top of the career ladder at the Mercury newspaper as she ruthlessly carves a place for herself in a society determined to ignore her. These are the biggest stories and scandals of the decade, and Becky has Becky has something to do with every one of them. But Becky may have more in common with the people she writes about than she thinks. What takes a lifetime to build takes only a moment to destroy. This is the viciously funny, darkly entertaining, and ultimately moving rise and fall of a very modern heroine. And this isn't out until January next year. It sounds fucking well good. I'm so excited about that. Now, next up, I've got the next book by TJ Klune, Wolfsong. Now, I own Under the Whispering Door by TJ Klune, and I actually had out from the library, always written loads, The House in the Cerulean Sea. Now, I've only heard good things about these books and I haven't read any of them. So when I saw that, when Bookbreak emailed to find out if I wanted a copy of this, I was like, yes, definitely. God, also, I've just realised that this front cover is absolutely beautiful. This is, again, this is a proof. This isn't out until 1st of September, which is next week. September's next week, guys. Autumn's on the way. But yeah, I mean, I hear sort of like warm and cosy vibes. If you are a reader of TJ Klune and you have read any of the sort of like, I guess the more famous of the two to me, because I've had them out from the library, but they've also had Wolfsong. So this is going to be, unless it's all in one book. Oh no, this is Wolfsong. So I think this is the beginning of Wolfsong, Ravensong, Heartsong and Brothersong. Let's have a look. Ox Matheson was 12 when his father taught him a lesson. Ox wasn't worth anything and people would never understand him. Then he left. Ox was 16 when the energetic Bennett family moved in next door, harbouring a secret that would change him forever. For the family are shapeshifters who can transform into wolves at will. Drawn to their magic loyalty and enduring friendship, Ox feels a gulf between this extraordinary new world and the quiet life he's known. He also finds an ally in Joe, the youngest Bennett boy. Joe is charming and handsome but haunted by scars he cannot heal. Ox was 23 when murder came to town and tore a hole in his heart. Violence flared, tragedy split the pack and Joe left town, leaving Ox behind. 3 years later, the boy is back, except now he's a man and Ox can no longer ignore the song that howls between them. And it's a heartwarming coming-of-age tale packed with werewolves, magic and an electric queer romance. Wolfsong is the first book in the Green Creek series, so yeah, this is the first in the series. That sounds brilliant. I love how big and chunky it is as well. Let's have a look. Well, this is a proof copy, so, oh, it's got the first bit of Ravensong as well, so this actually ends 554 pages, and then it has book 2, which is Ravensong, the first bit as well. So yeah, there we go. Then I've got River Sing Me Home by Eleanor Shearer. These are the names of her children, the 5 who survive, only to be sold. The faces Rachel cannot forget. And this is out in January 2023. We're getting sort of like the big sellers for next year, sort of coming at the big, what do they call, major titles for next year. It's 1834 and the law says her people are now free, but for Rachel, freedom means finding her children, even if the truth is more than she can bear. With fear snapping at her heels, Rachel keeps moving, from sunrise to sunset, through the cane fields of Barbados to the forests of British Guiana and onto Trinidad, to the dangerous river and the open sea. Only once she knows their stories can she rest. Only then she can finally find home. So yeah. Introducing a dazzling new voice with a story that draws on her own family history. That sounds great, doesn't it? Jeanette Winterson's blurbed it as well. She says, a strong and beautiful novel that stares into the face of brutality and the heart of love. There we go. Interesting and excited to read that. Then I've got The Eye of the Beholder by Margie Orford. This is the last book to show you before the non-book, bookish thing. When danger lies in the eye of the beholder, what happens when you reject its pull? Cora carries secrets her daughter can't know. Freya is frightened by what her mother leaves unsaid. Angel will only bury the past if it means putting her abusers into the ground. One act of violence sets 3 women on a collision course, each desperate to find the truth, but the people they love are not what they seem. And is that out already? That's published by Canongate. That's out already. That came out in July. So that sounds exciting as well. A taut and compelling literary thriller which examines the devastating effects of trauma and the dangers and lure of the male gaze. Sounds great. There we go. Where was she born? She was born in London and grew up in Namibia. Interesting. So there we go. And then the last thing that I wanted to show you is, as I said, a bookish non-book thing, and I've been sent this by Big Potato Games. Big Potato Games are one of, like, David and I love a game. Well, my whole sort of, like, I've surrounded myself, I've managed to train everybody to really love board games, and Big Potato Games are a great company for making sort of like party games and games for more than for a bigger group of people. Obama Llama is one of their ones that you might be really familiar with. And what else have we played? Oh, we've got another one, Sounds Fishy. Just a whole host of, like, really fun. Oh, Chameleon is another one I really like. Snakes. But they've been sending me games this year, which has been lovely. With no obligation to post, just to say that they've got a few coming out, and we have been playing them and having a lovely time. But most recently, the most recent thing they've released is this puzzle, 1,000-piece puzzle called Mayhem in the Library. So the puzzle itself, I guess, is of this sort of picture, which goes on to all of these. And within the puzzle, there are 101 books hidden. So it says here, I haven't even opened this yet, but you've got the puzzle, you've got the poster which shows you how to make it, and then there's 101 spaces for you to write what you think the book is. So for example, the example they've given here is Cat plus Hat. What's the book? Well, I would guess it's Cat in a Hat. But let's have a look. So here, there's a pie with the word life written on it. Look at my lovely nails. So I'd guess that's Life of Pi. There's a whole host of ones on here. Warhorse, I think I can see. Christmas Carol, I think I can see. Iron Man, I think I can see. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing this puzzle and then identifying some of the books as well. It sounds like a really, really good fun thing to have. And yeah, like, I'm a book lover and a puzzle lover, so this is perfection for me. So there we go. Those are some of the books that I've received in August. As I said, I also did a library haul last week, which, will she remember to link it down below? Go and have a check if you haven't done already, because I've got some absolute stonkers out from the library. And yeah, that's it from me, and I'll see you all again Sunday for another booktube video. Goodbye!